Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the number one source for the RV GCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RV GCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RV GCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter. Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter, and welcome to Goldilocks Global Banking News. I'm your host. Beautiful folks. It's amazing. Just even today, members shared with me how in their meeting with the bankers, the banker just so happened to coincidentally bring up foreign currency. The member didn't bring it up themselves. See, there is no cookie cutter way. The only thing that is best for you to do, like everyone else that follows, is to follow the 8 steps that we provide for free in the Goldilocks QFS Dialogues room. When you see and you hear all of these amazing success stories daily in the Goldilocks QFS Dialogues room, there's 8 steps that everyone follows, that we have shared. Click the link at the top of the description and you can join for free the Goldilocks QFS Dialogues room. We will wrap our arms around you with love and show you the way. We will share these 8 steps proven by those of us such as Wiley, Goldilocks, myself, and tribe members. With our industry bank experience, we've shared it. You're more than welcome to join us. Click the link at the top of the description, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's get into what Goldilocks is sharing today. You all, if you have been paying attention, you all know that just the other day, it was the momentous first in history ever, the passage of digital asset regulations in the United States. The Genius Act and the Clarity Act. Folks, when President Trump came into office in January, within his first week of office, he signed an executive order pushing for digital asset regulations to come to his desk to sign. This is the backbone of the new digital banking system. This was in January. And now here we have, on July the 17th, Thursday, the United States Congress passed digital asset regulations. President Trump signed that momentous law into effect on Friday, July the 17th. What is the Genius Act? Well, the acronym GENIUS. It stands for something. Folks, the Genius Act is very genius. This is the catalyst, the backbone, foundation we need for the revaluation of currencies. For the revaluation of all assets. The Genius Act, GENIUS, stands for, the G is for guiding, the E is establishing, and the N is for national, I, innovation, the U is for US, and the S is for stablecoins. The Genius Act. the Guiding and Establishing National Innovation for U.S. Stablecoins Act. Stablecoins. Many people don't even know what that is. That's okay. Just know, in order to provide the stability behind our currencies, in the revaluation, and in the banking system in general, stablecoins will provide that stability. It's digital currency, digital assets, folks. So the Genius Act and the Clarity Act are significant pieces of U.S. legislation aimed at regulating cryptocurrencies, particularly stablecoins as digital assets. The passage of these laws, folks, could have profound implications for the global economy, as these new regulations address regulatory clarity, financial stability, and the role of the U.S. dollar in the new digital asset banking system. The impact of the Genius Act, folks. You got to realize stablecoins or cryptocurrencies paid to assets like the U.S. dollar to maintain a stable value. Hence the term stable coin. Its key provisions include mandating a peg of 1-to-1, meaning one asset to one US dollar, 1-to-1. I remember about 2 years ago, the gurus were telling people how stablecoins, you're going to get $16, $17. Folks, we tried. I remember like it was yesterday. We were in the old room, that ghost town, telling folks stablecoins are only mandated to a maximum of $1. They are not for investing into. They are for assets to invest, for people to invest in, with a bare minimum of backing of at least $1. Just imagine having an asset, and no matter what the value, the stability is at $1. Now you put gold in the mix, the ultimate anchor. More stability. Stablecoins, folks. In order for countries, central banks, and banks around the world to move money now, they can use stable coins, which are faster to move money, cheaper to move money. Also, emerging economies, which are countries around the world that aren't as technically advanced, but have the infrastructure for stablecoins, they can now use stablecoins to move their currency. So Vietnam, Iraq, and other countries around the world, just think of a country whereby you may have a currency that you've invested in, and that economy is a third world country. But they would like to compete at least with major economies like the U.S. in trade. They can use stable coins, now a U.S.-backed stable coin, to move their currency. Oh, so now their currency becomes more accessible. Therefore, their currency can move up in value. Why? Because the stable coins levels the playing field and provides equilibrium in any and all banking systems around the world. Just think of as before, where you have countries in as far remote somewhere in Africa. I'm just using this as an example, but it's reality. With a banking system that's not as advanced, infrastructure that is not as advanced. But just imagine all banking systems around the world
have all at least became compliant to receive stablecoin protocols, which they all have, through ISO 222. So now you have all banking systems around the world upgraded to this digital railway called ISO 222. So if that remote country now wants to move their currency or their currency to have access to the international global markets for trade, they can do so because of stable coins. And they can use US-backed stable coins, adopt our usage of our regulations as their own. So in essence, folks, the Genius Act, this Stablecoin Act, and the Crypto Clarity Act, countries around the world, they don't have to go through an act of Congress themselves to upgrade their banking systems to move their currencies around the world. In the revaluation of those currencies, all they have to do is use a US-backed stablecoin, because that US-backed stablecoin under the Genius Act is a legal now law regulated by the world's number one economy, the United States. The importance of this Genius Act, folks, I'm going to go into more detail on the Saturday Night Dialogues call. Iraq, Vietnam, Venezuela, Indonesia, you name the country, they all, any one of them, can utilize the U.S. See, many don't know the United States already has stable coins that we've been using for years. One is USDT, another is USTC, RLUSD, which is the Ripple Labs stablecoin. Ripple, which is Temenos, that Iraq is partnered with, is a partner of Ripple. Bottom line, the Genius Act, ladies and gentlemen, the Genius Act and the Clarity Act will reshape the global economy by fostering this crypto adoption and strengthening the US dollar's digital dominance throughout the world. The Genius Act and the Clarity Act, passed in Congress, allows us to move forward with the new digital banking system now. We now have governance and a set of standards that will move us forward inside a new digital global financial system. Now we begin the process of integrating these new protocols with countries around the world, mobilizing this new digital banking system standard inside all of the markets around the world. It is pure genius. Beautiful folks, the best is yet to come. July has already been hot, mucho caliente. Be well, beautiful folks. It's only going to get hotter now. Ciao.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the number one source for the RV GCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RV GCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RV GCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.